Welcome to the NewsX World Explainer series. I'm Sema Kataoka. In this explainer, we are looking at a major new development, one of the most talked about mysteries in modern history, that is back in the headlines. The US government has just released a new batch of UFO or UAP files after President Donald Trump ordered what the administration is calling unprecedented transparency about extraterrestrial related material. Now, first important distinction here is that the government is not saying it has proof of aliens. Let me repeat that. There is no confirmed evidence of extraterrestrial life in these files. But the release is significant because it shows just how much the US government has been tracking, recording, and investigating strange aerial sightings for decades. The files include around 160 documents, photos, videos, and transcripts. Some date all the way back to 1947, including reports of so-called flying discs. Others come from NASA's Apollo missions, and this part has really captured people's attention. One Apollo 17 transcript from 1972 shows astronauts describing, and I quote, very bright particles or fragments, drifting past them while maneuvering in space. There are also grainy photos taken from the moon during Apollo 12 that show what the government labels as unidentified phenomena. Now again, scientists say these could have perfectly normal explanations. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb says some of the images may simply show asteroid impacts or space debris. And UFO analysts point out that many of the videos show little more than distant objects the government couldn't identify clearly. But here's why this story matters. For years, UFO enthusiasts, researchers, and even some members of Congress have accused the government of hiding these kind of information. So this release is being seen as part of a much bigger push for transparency. The Trump administration says more files are coming, possibly within the next 30 days or years, as materials are reviewed and declassified. The Defense Department even launched a new public website dedicated to these cases, and the language coming from the White House has been dramatic. President Trump posted, and I quote, "What the hell is going on?" saying the American people should decide for themselves after seeing these files. Supporters of UFO disclosures are calling this a historic step, but critics say the release may also be a political distraction, pointing to other controversies like Jeffrey Epstein case facing the administration. And even inside the UFO community, reactions are mixed. Some people say the files are underwhelming because they don't contain any major bombshells. Others say this isn't about one smoking gun. It's about the government officially acknowledging that there are still incidents it cannot fully explain. So where does this leave us? Right now, we know the US government has investigated thousands of strange sightings. We know some cases remain unresolved, but we still do not have proof of alien life. What we do have is a growing demand for answers, and a government that, at least publicly, is now saying it wants to show people more of what it knows. And with more files expected soon, this story is far from over. We'll continue to track this developing news. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned with NewsX World for fact-based coverage and analysis.